Hello, and welcome back to Elias World of Wonder, where I post regular videos ranging from topics like science, to creativity, to technology, and in this case, sustainability. And in this video, I go through 5 examples of 3D design and collaboration use cases that are used right now to accelerate sustainability and circular economy transition. And basically, these use cases they vary from product design to manufacturing to architecture, to name a few. And my background on this topic is that I was working last year with a company that develops 3D design and storytelling solutions to basically extend the current features of NVIDIA Omniverse. And earlier before this, I was working for a short period of time with a tech startup that developed machine vision hardware to process point cloud based models. And additionally, I'm very passionate about supporting circular economy transition, whether it's technological means or with data, or in general just working hands-on with impact-driven organizations to make a positive change. And technologies, like in my case, one of the key technologies is NVIDIA Omniverse, that is used for actual real-time collaboration and simulation that can be done in the cloud, and that physical attributes of the real world with physics and let's say with certain attributes of materials can be simulated. And it is basically enables users to create, simulate, and visualize 3D content, and also to perform photorealistic rendering of the graphics. And I see that the key technology enabler, especially with the Omniverse, is the USD data format, and it's basically created in cooperation with Pixar, which comes from the terms Universal Scene Description. So simply put, it's like a framework that makes the 3D file transfers between different platforms more seamless and interchangeable. So let's say you have an Unreal Engine project or Blender, or if you work in the manufacturing industry, you may have a CAD model of your product, so you can easily and seamlessly move these projects to NVIDIA Omniverse by the help of the USD. And I'm not going to talk further on the USD. There is a link in the description. You can read more on it if you're interested. But anyways, like I said, there are real life use cases for 3D design that are used already in sustainability. And next time going through 5 of such use cases and some of their real life applications and benefits. And I just want to remind that please don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comments what kind of content you would like to see from me in the future. And all constructive feedback on anything possible is very welcome. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump in. So the first use case is visualizing and analyzing material and logistic flows in industrial systems. So we can use 3D technologies, for example, to simulate industrial systems and their supply chains. So it's easier to comprehend what are the flows of materials, logistics, and resources. And basically, this helps us to identify opportunities for, let's say, circular design, so that we can optimize the use of energy and resources, for example, in different stages of the production process. And some of the sustainability measures that we could look at is information on the use of materials, also just fundamentally what materials we use, how much energy is consumed, and let's say waste generated in different industrial processes. And basically this enables companies so that they can identify, like I said, to reduce the use of resources, but also identify where it's possible to, for example, reuse materials, or let's say production side streams that are underutilized to create new products or even new collaboration models. And one of the companies that have implemented this approach is Unilever. So they use 3D technology, so they've basically created a digital twin of their whole supply chains. And for those who don't know what's a digital twin, it's basically a digital representation of the physical world. And basically, by analyzing such digital twins, companies can reduce the use of resources and also improve recycle and reuse of materials. And in Unilever's case, it really helped them to achieve their their sustainability goals. And second one on the list is collaborative design of circular products and systems. So we can also use 3D technologies to enable, let's say, distributed teams in multiple locations so they can collaborate on designing circular products and systems. And this could include, let's say, simulating the performance of different design options that we do against some of the sustainability metrics, so we can really understand what's the potential, let's say, environmental or economic impact of those choices. And for those who are unfamiliar with the term circular design or circularity, it's basically a framework where we want to create products or systemic wholes in general that are restorative and regenerative rather than extractive and disposable. So, I mean, common approaches, like we always talk about recycling, but we should remember that also how do we redesign products at the very early stage possible to have the actual impact. How do we reuse materials? How do we remanufacture products? And also not only these like design and process aspects, but also how we share resources on this like platform economy basis, so that we can create like win-win scenarios of sharing resources that are underutilized by us or in the organization we are in. So basically, companies who adopt these circular design principles, they can create products that are more durable. They are also easier to both repair and reuse by the consumers, which obviously increases the customer satisfaction, while at the same time we can reduce waste and unnecessary resource consumption. And third on the list is simulating sustainable infrastructures and urban design. So basically, we can also use 3D design platforms like Omniverse to create these 3D simulations of the whole, let's say, infrastructure and urban design, so that we can visualize and analyze the potential impact of these designs, again, like against known sustainability metrics like energy efficiency, material efficiency, greenhouse gas emissions of logistics, for example, when we observe like different stages of constructing building or urban environments in general. And actually, we can just use these platforms basically to simulate entire cities. And actually, to give a practical example, last October, a Finnish startup called SignShare, founded by 3D guru Pekka Varis, actually being the first Omniverse ambassador in the world, works in extending the capabilities of NVIDIA Omniverse exactly for like real life 3D use cases like this. So actually he created a video on how to simulate real life urban environments, like using 3D technologies like Actor Core, iClone, and the NVIDIA Omniverse. I will not go further. I will add link in the description in case you're interested to dig deeper into Pekka's and SignShare's work. Fourth one on our list is visualizing and analyzing environmental impacts. So we can also leverage 3D technologies. So we can, for example, simulate what are the environmental impacts on different products, organizations, and their processes, for example. And we can visualize like what are the life cycle impacts when we do different materials or technology choices, or what are the potential impact of different decisions or design choices that we make against the known sustainability metrics. So we can consider these at the different stages of design, using a product, also after use when it's disposed, as well as when we recycle materials or reuse resources or products. So one concrete real-life example of this is an approach called Green Scenario. So it's a sustainability platform that is developed by Ramboll, which is a global engineering and consultancy company that specifically focuses on the sustainability matters. And they have this comprehensive approach to sustainability, so which help companies so that they can both like identify and manage their environmental impacts and also prepare for them. So basically, they visualize the impacts of different scenarios on the environment, so users can compare and evaluate the sustainability of their decisions. And in general, it's a good toolbox if companies want to measure, monitor, and report their sustainability performance. I'm not going to go further on this, so if you want to dig deeper into that, there is a link in the description. And secondly, about this, I wanted to mention Lumi. And Lumi is it's currently world's third fastest supercomputer. It's located also here in Finland, in a former paper mill in Kajaani. And it's a project that involves 10 European countries right now, and also the European Union. And it represents around 200 million euros in investments now. And right now, Lumi is the Europe's most powerful supercomputer, and it has the third spot globally also in energy efficiency. This is because the cooling system is done with water occasionally due to controlling its heat, like is the case with all the not only supercomputers but data centers also. But because of the cold climate in Kainuu, it really reduces the need for the cooling in general. And additionally, also to operate, it only uses renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power. And also the heat that it generates, it's fed into the regional heating network. So it actually provides 1/5 of Kajaani's whole district heating needs. So basically, the main purpose of Lumi is to create this digital twin called Destination Earth, and it's supposed to cover like the whole climate system of Earth, and it's intended to contribute very significantly on achieving the EU's green development agenda. And I mean, it will be a great tool to simulate different environmental scenarios with different extreme weather conditions and how it's going to affect societies and companies in general. And CSC, which is IT Center for Science in Finland, will lead an international partnership to deliver this, what they call climate change adaptation digital twin. And basically, it uses, like I said, several of these advanced cooling techniques like liquid cooling and direct liquid immersion, so which really reduces the amount of energy needed. But lastly, it also is circularly designed, so it's easy to repair, to be upgraded, to be maintained. And yeah, I could talk about Lumi way more, but there's a direct link in the description for those who want to read more about Lumi and its applications, and you can just read a lot of news about it just by Googling. And lastly, I'm going to talk about collaborative development of sustainable technologies and solutions in general. So, I mean, we can leverage 3D technologies so we can facilitate collaborative development of sustainable technologies, so we can enable distributed virtual teams in different locations so that they can work together and simulate new ideas. And also this could include like simulations of the performance of this technology under different environmental conditions, and also, like in the earlier cases, that we can visualize and analyze the potential impact on the sustainability metrics. And there is actually, in the construction industry, there is one real-life use case called BIM. So it comes from Building Information Modeling. It's basically BIM, it's a digital representation of a building or an infrastructure project that allows multiple stakeholders so that they can collaborate and coordinate their work in real time, so they actually reduce errors and improve efficiency already like very early on in planning and designing the buildings. So basically, by using BIM, architects, designers can design and plan a building or infrastructure in 3D so that they can identify potential problems, bottlenecks, and make judgments way before the actual construction is going to begin. And later on in the construction, this can lead to significant cost savings and reduce the environmental impact of the project, minimizing its waste and also the rework. Here were the 5 real-life use cases for utilizing 3D design and collaboration technologies to accelerate sustainability transition. I hope it gave you some inspiration on how we could apply some of these latest advancements for 3D for positive impact. I'd love to hear about other use cases and your feedback in the comments. Please don't forget to subscribe and let me know what kind of content you would like to see from me in the future. This was Elias World of Wonder. See you next time, and peace.